Hello and welcome back to the channel where we are building a video game from scratch using Love2d and Lua. We're working on our color changing geckos here. So this is an example of a purple gecko where he's corrupted. It needs to be, starts off corrupted here, but then if we hit him with our water spell, he'll need to do a damage flash, which is red, and then a blue flash, which is he splashed, which is why he's walking slower. So if we could change the particles based on, this little state, we can get the appropriate colors, as well as cleansed being the clear one, right? So like the clear one's working okay. Clear, I mean orange, untinted. But that's because we're loading the orange gecko template, or the atlas, orange gecko atlas. What we need to do is actually tint it, use the grayscale atlas and tint it. So I think the first step here is we're going to be going to our entity class, and actually wherever we set the color, right, we basically want to say whenever we make a gecko, it defaults to corrupted, it defaults to purple. So we need to tint it purple. Let's see, the gecko corrupted particle. Okay, right here. So what we're doing in the entity class is saying, if we're not in a flee state, let's go ahead and just set the color. And this is weird, right? Because it's like, if this is in the entity class, wherever our flashing logic is going to be, it needs to live next to all of this logic, because the colors can't overwrite one another, and this is right before we render the entity itself. So we need to handle the flashing right here. I get that we can do this. For right now, I'm going to take out this conditional. We need to handle the render here for for the set color based on whatever state we're wanting, right? Which is either corrupt state, cleanse state, splash, or damage. But basically, we want to have, like, for example, if we had a field called color option or something, and then we can set it equal to a string, and we can say, well, if our color option was corrupt, then go ahead and set it to be corrupt. Right? So it's like, if we had it where we say if the color option is corrupt, then we'll set the color to corrupted. This can have, because it's like, it'd be nice for us to say, I don't know where we should put this. I guess we just put all this logic in the entity class, because ultimately we're trying to be like, okay, well, if we're damage flashing, go ahead and set the color to the proper damage flash, which is either going to be corrupted purple or red, depending on the rate of change for the damage flash. So should we have that here in the entity render? Yeah. Because this way, if we have this set in the entity, then if we have a scorpion or a boar or a bat, we can all get this, oh, well, just trigger damage flashing, and then boom, it flashes red. Oh, here, trigger, or go from corrupted to cleansed, you know, and set the colors. I guess that doesn't make much sense because the tint would be different on a gecko then, right? Because the gecko tint is orange. Okay. So where should we live this flashing option? I guess it does make sense for it to be in the entity like this. Okay. So let's try this. Let's try assigning it. So what we need is a self color option here, right, in the entity, and we could say yeah, I think we just want this color option no matter what. So we're gonna initialize a color option field on our entity class equal to the string corrupt, and then we're gonna test if the entity is a type of gecko, and if we have given it the color option of corrupt, go ahead, set that color, then render. So we're looking for a purple gecko, which is right. I just want to make sure that this is working. So let's say it's corrupt, but try to put it with a cleansed color. Should be orange. Okay, it is. Good. So this is working. So we could have something like this, you know, where we say, okay, well, otherwise if the color option, because this can only be set to one string. So if we are cleansed, corrupted. Okay, so we can set it. Now it gets a little more different with damaged and splashed. So if we're splashed, we do need to render it blue, but then if we are damage flash, we either need to render it, we have to double check. It's tough because, yeah, when the gecko gets hit, it needs to flash red until it's done flashing red, then it needs to flash blue. But do we keep all of that here in the entity class? We have it only under a self-type gecko here for now, but that's mainly just so it doesn't screw up Tashio or any other renders like that. We could move It's tough. It's tough. I don't know if we have to do a different field on our gecko to be like, oh, if we're in damage flash, right? If we're damage flashing, that takes precedence over shit. Well, it's tough because damage flashing has different things to it. Is this in the update? Or no, this is in the render. Okay, this is in the render. Okay. So what I'm thinking is that we need to add something like a check for if damage flash. We already have a, wait, do we already have a damage flash here? We do have a damage flash. Are we rendering it? Are we rendering damage flash? We don't. Damage flash. Okay. Is this working for a gecko? Because look, we have a flash duration and a flash frequency. And we have this. Okay, if we're damage flashing, we're going to go ahead, deduct from our timer, and we're either going to be actually flashing or not. So it's a flashing field. Do we have anything in the render for the flashing field? Yes, we have. It's the first thing we do, but that's for a spellcast. Okay, so flashing looks to be set. If we were to print that up, it'd probably give us the right values, but let's see. We'll see if we drop any frames here. Yeah, we're dropping frames like mad. Okay. Internet's just not working on stream tonight, unfortunately. Okay. So we have this flashing. I think we want to do... Here in the render, we can say, well, if we're flashing, and then do that same thing, right? Either set it to flashing or, and in this case, it'd be Gecko cleansed. Okay, well, we've got a white gecko. Damage flash isn't working because because we're becoming cleansed. So I guess, do we get on aqueous collision? Do we have aqueous collision in here? Where's the collision for... Just trying to add the damage flash here for aqueous and see if we get that flashing red. Nice. Okay, so damage flash is technically working. Good. Okay, but instead of white, it needs to flash instead of white, it needs to flash purple. And then back to purple when he's not damage flash, or blue when he's splashed. So this is okay though. So damage flash is looking okay. So it's like, if we're flashing, we're either going to be red or this corrupted gecko color. but we probably need to ask if we're splashed, because the only way, and yeah, actually it should be set to blue here, because the only way he gets knockback, oh god, is through the Aqueous spell. Nice. Nice. Okay, that's looking good. That's looking good, except that he should be flash blue here. So here, this should be splashed Gecko. Then we need to reset him, right? Oh, see, look, he needs corrupt Gecko. He's here if we're flashing. See, because if we're not flashing, we set it to this. So it should be, this should all be within a if self.damage flash is on. So that we don't tint it blue from the purple. So now we're back to purple. That's looking right. He should go red to blue. Red to blue. No. It looks like he does do blue in the damage flash. Yeah, he does do blue in the damage flash. So that's technically okay there. But we need another one where we're saying if we are splashed, then go ahead and render us blue. So now he should go from purple to blue once he's hit with this. Come on. Cool. Yep, that slowed him down. Okay. So now we just need to make an unsplash. Right? We need to make an unsplash and then make sure he can go back to purple, and then we'll make sure that the cleanse works. But it looks so much cooler now that we can see that they're tinted. Nice. That's looking great. Oh, okay. It's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. We do need to do the unsplash. Oh, and look, it looks like the reset works great. The reset works great. So we just need unsplash. Okay, so we do have a placeholder for unsplash, right? And it's in the entity, we're going to say, well, we have a splash timer. Whenever we're splashed, we update a splash timer, right? We're not incrementing this anywhere. Okay. So if we're splashed, we know we need to increase our splash timer. It looks like we did, we need to set splash timer gets self splash timer plus delta time, so it keeps growing. And then we need this splash max. We aren't even setting this anywhere, are we? Okay, local splash max is, let's say, 3 seconds for testing. So splash max is 3. So as long as the splash timer isn't hit there, so we're saying become unsplashed, reset your particle speed, get your walk speed back, and then this splash getting false should hopefully set our color back to orange. But we need to do that here. So we just need to make sure our splash timer gets reset upon a reset original position. Splash timer, do we have a splash timer? We do, okay. So we're already fleshing it back to 0. So what we do need is... That was not what I wanted to do. We need to go to... Splash timer, splash timer. Where's the last time we tinted it colors? Yeah, right here. If we're splashed... so look, if we're damage flashing, go ahead, set either splashed or red, because that's the damage flash. Then if we're splashed, go ahead and set there. Okay, so we want to check for when to do purple or back to purple. So if we're not splashed, if we're not splashed, then we need to be purple as long as we aren't damage flashing. So else, if we're not damage flash, then we know we need to be purple again. And that's corrupt Gecko. Okay, let's see that. So we should... Let's see. We're looking for splash to turn off right after 3 seconds. So he gets splashed, so he slows down for 3 seconds. He goes back to purple. Yes, and he gets his speed back. Oh, that's epic. So he slows down for a bit and goes back. Now, he should be faster. Or you know, it should last a little longer. We could also make the duration effect be the leveling up of Aquis. It could just be a longer duration. We already coded the size difference for level 1, level 2, level 3. So we could go that route still. Duration could be nice though. Especially because... Where is our splash max? Right here. Splash max. See, that's... Let's say... 6 seconds? Let's say 7 seconds. Okay, and then let's test it on the whole row of geckos down here. So yeah, they get all slow. I didn't see him speed up. Did they speed up? Oh, they are kind of slow. They are pretty slow. I'm gonna test it on a fast gecko. Let's test it, because these guys are much faster up here. Okay, so slow. Splash geckos hide in the dark, or in the forest. That's cool. Yeah, okay, yeah, he does. Remember, he does. Get off of me. Okay. Okay, it does reset speed. Splash his ass. Oh my god, yeah, he's crazy. Okay. I really like this update. I think this is great. I think it's really great. Anything else we want to change? The purple's growing on me. It's brighter. It's definitely brighter. I think maybe the gecko corrupted particle could be less blue and more purple, so maybe we just change that. And I think that would be under corrupted particle. Corrupted particle. Okay, so we've got these these values here. Let's remake this in A-Sprite real quick. So we're looking for, oh no. Okay. 109.79.226. 109.79. $109.279? 109.79.226. No, not 276. 226. Dude, I cannot remember 3 numbers to save my life. Okay, so how do we make this more purple? Maybe we add a bit more red. Yeah, let's try that. So let's just try to change the red to 140. Yeah. Yeah, it should be a bit darker, I think. Maybe just a bit darker. Because it's like the same exact color. As its body. So let's try this. 117.59. And 198. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Oh, that's looking great. I really like it. Yeah, I like it. The cleansing seems to work. Okay, let's turn off the render real quick for this. Wait, what are we doing here? This is all bad. Okay, we need to go to the collision render, the aqueous projectile. Yeah, we should be doing right here. Just gonna turn off the render. Okay. Nice, man. Nice, dude. I saw the damage flash. Oh, damage flash got overwritten. Oh, we need to have damage flash. Damage flash isn't coming through. Yeah, we need damage flash to overwrite the blue splashed. So where's the damage flash? We'll do damage flash checking after we've been splashed. See, but we have to do this. We have to because we have to go from splashing from blue to purple. Let's see, if we're splashed, we're going to be blue. If we're not damage flashing, we're going to be purple. That looks right. However, if we are damage flashing, then if we're flashing, go to red. If not, go to splashed gecko color. This should work. We should see the damage flash alternate between blue and red. Nice, man. Nice. It's really good. It's just that the red is just way too red, you know? But it looks really good. Let's go to the damage flash gecko damage color, I want to say. Gecko damage, gecko color. Damaged gecko color. Let's just ease up a lot on this red here. Should be a darker red. Let's see. It was very bright red still. Right? Yeah, that was very damaged gecko color. I don't think we're rendering it like that. Let's go back. Yeah, this should be damaged gecko. Okay. That should be darker red. Nice. Kind of want to split the difference on that. Let's see what our original 230 was. It should be a bit better. Okay, still just way too red. Just gonna pump a little bit of blue in there and just see. It's pretty good. Actually, yeah, I really like it. Ooh. Yeah, I think the damage flash timer, oh my god, could be a little faster and a little slower on the flashing, if that makes sense. This should be a little bit brighter though. Nice. I think that might be it. Yes. Okay, yeah, we need the damage flash to be a lot faster. So whatever this flash duration and frequency is, we can change this. So there's a Gecko flash duration and flash frequency. And we do it here in the entity. Oh, we just do it. Oh, this is weird. Okay. Well, since these are local, this is probably okay, but if we want different values, I'd rather them be split. So let's say it's going to flash a little bit slower, and it's going to flash for a total of less time. So let's do half a second of flashing and flash every 1/10 of a second, I guess. It looks pretty good. I think it's a little too long on the duration still. Frequency felt pretty good, I think. It's still too long. I just want a couple flashes. I just want like 3 flashes. He really doesn't reset based on this timer. So whatever this flash duration is, I think we're not resetting it. Yeah, right here. See, it sucks because our entity for Tashio's is using the same duration. So we might, yeah, you know what? We might just change the flash duration. Yeah, let's go back here. We're gonna give these values up here. Yeah, let's do this. I like being able to tweak it on a per guy basis, but it's just gonna mess up when we've got stuff on our character with damage flash and everything. See, that still seems long, doesn't it? Flash frequency. Okay, let's just lower the duration, I guess. Let's just see if 0.2 gets the point across. Let's see. See, it's still fast, man. Actually, no. Duration 0.1. 0.1 of a second? 1/10 of a second, man? This has got to be not right. Yeah, it's flashing too much, man. Okay, well, let's see. Because we have this flash duration, right? We become flashing. Okay, so we have this thing called damage flash, and we take a damage flash timer. As long as it's bigger than 0, we're gonna swap our flashing anytime we hit that flash timer. So the flash timer init is what's setting the original flash. So whatever this damage flash timer is, damage flash timer, that's, oh yeah, see, look, we do assign it to the flash frequency. So, oh, frequency, not duration. It should be duration, right? Dude, it's just flashing for too freaking long. If we do a 0.1 on the duration, it still lingers. It's not right at all, man. Okay. It has to do with this, right? Because we're deducting both our flash timer and our frequency. Now flashing, which is a red tint, is swapping every damage flash timer, and damage flash timers getting decremented. See, this flash timer should be the duration. And then we're gonna take down the duration and reset it when we reset our damage flash. I think they're both duration there. It didn't work at all. Damage flash timer. Yeah. Yeah, no, that is the frequency. But then the duration, we're saying, where do we knit the duration based on the variable there, then we say we decrement it. If we hit that thing, we reset our duration, we become undamaged flashing. Yeah. See, the duration should be a lot faster. Why is the duration messed up? Damage flash duration. Okay, that seems like it. Let's try to speed it up. Like, you know, if we do 1/10 of a second, it really should be fast. Oh, it looks like it caught him twice. Oh, because the hitbox lingers. I forgot about that. We do have a lingering hitbox, so it could be technically... Yeah, it's hitting him twice. It's triggering it twice. This is okay. 0.4 looked okay. Okay, well now it finally makes sense, because if we were to draw the ring there, we would see that he's still colliding with them. So we can add that in where it's like there's like a cooldown. You know, he gets a little bit of invincibility if he was just damage flashed. You know, if he was just hit. Okay, I like that. We should pull up his max. Splash max. Give him a couple more seconds. Because with the 3 seconds of flashing, we want him to have about 6 seconds, 5 seconds of tracking you slow before he turns. This is looking great though. Okay. This is great. This is very good. Let's do a git diff. Okay. So we modified our flash parameters. We added a color option. So look, this is how we're rendering the color options. So we gave this color option of cleansed or corrupted to set the colors there, and then we're setting the colors not based on color option, but based on fields of flashing, which is controlled by the damage flash, which is controlled by the collision between the spellcast entity. So we're just handling tinting whatever color we need in the state, either by color option or by damage flashing. And then we turned on our unsplash so that we can become fast again. The Gecko can build up his original speed again. And then the reset's working for it. So that's all looking good. This is just going to be called Gecko damage flash and splash coloring. All right. Well, we could not stream tonight, but we recorded anyway for YouTube. So thanks for watching, and we will run credits here, and we won't raid anybody because there's no one to raid. But if you're watching on YouTube, thanks for watching. You can wishlist the game at steam.tashio.dev. Play the demo, tell me what you think. Go check out the website, tashio.dev. And I'll be back tomorrow. We'll still, we'll make some more progress in the game. Hoping to finish the game by 2027, by the end of 2027. So we'll see how that goes. Thanks for hanging. Catch you later.